few years back, I had one friend. His name is Buhari. Shout out to Buhari. Buhari really wanted to become a lawyer, but his parents were like, no, you're a Muslim, don't study law, it's haram, blah, blah, blah. That by itself was a misconception, because I once asked a lawyer and they told me, like, in law, there are a lot of things that you can do apart from supporting criminals or defending criminals. There are a lot of things that you can do in law. So what are other misconceptions that people have about lawyers that you want to debunk today?
So I think there is quite a lot of misconception when it comes to lawyer. People normally tend to think that all lawyers are
Yeah.
actually maybe um, defending or dealing with criminal cases. You meet someone and you tell them that you are a lawyer. The first thing they will say to you, unataka kutufunga. And it's always a surprise because actually, in the legal profession, we have lawyers who work for the government, that is the public bar, and then we have lawyers who work privately, and that is the private bar. And so I'm from the private bar, like I'm a private counsel, and I do not work for the government. In Tanzania, all criminal cases are actually instituted by the government. And so if I am working as a lawyer in a law firm, if I am involved in a criminal case, I'm actually involved to defend, not to accuse, not to prosecute, but rather to defend. So there are no instances where I am the prosecutor, but rather I am the defense counsel, and that means that I am defending someone whose right might in one way or the other be violated. And this also speaks to people thinking that lawyers are always working with criminals to kind of assist them to get away from justice or what they have committed. But actually, that's not true. Sometimes people who are accused of committing certain crimes have actually not committed this crime, and they need a lawyer. They need someone to actually put their case to the court. Sometimes this, I would say, maybe person might have committed the crime, but maybe they deserve or they have a defense that they can make to the court, and the lawyer would help. Sometimes it's about assisting your client for them to get a lesser punishment, So it's not always that lawyers are there just to kind of, and like I would say, assist criminals to get away with justice, but actually we are by professionally the people who are supposed to be aiding with ensuring justice is done. And we normally have this understanding that you are a court, I would say, like a court officer, or before you're even your client's lawyer, like you're there to serve justice and not to serve your client. And so I think this is something, it's a big misconception that I think most people have.
I asked that question because, as I said previously, a lot of Tanzanians are not aware of the law.
True.
So they think lawyers are just there to defend criminals, something like that.
Yeah, and I think that also speaks that, when it comes to the law practice, there is quite a wide practice area and like a number of things that someone can do. So we have people who do not even go to court. Like you'll never find them in litigation, but they're doing corporate work, They're assisting clients with regulatory compliance. They're engaged in merger and acquisition transaction. They're assisting investors in setting up business, in advisory, in compliance. I told you I'm a tech and cybersecurity lawyer. Most of the time, I'm sitting in my office drafting policies, reviewing different contracts, assisting clients that require my services. And so there's quite, I would say, a growing need or understanding that being a lawyer does not mean you need to be in court. It doesn't mean that you will have to get involved into criminal cases. They're actually civil cases. So civil cases, these are disputes that happen in normal transaction or interaction between people. And so that's also a big part of practice for lawyer. And so I hope anyone who had this misconception that lawyers are just there to assist criminals, that they do not carry that misconception, and I hope I'm able to convince them to change that idea.
There are a lot of those people online, they will see something and they'll be like, siwezi comment bila mwanasheria. Or like, siwezi ongea bila mwanasheria. I've seen a lot of those kind of comments. Yeah.
So I think actually we are the people who everyone needs. Like lawyers are there to actually help everyone, and you need us, guys.
Yeah. AI